With Ascended Heroes right around the corner, that means that a super broken supporter card for the Zoroark decks is also about to release. With this insanely busted card, you will be able to take 3 extra prizes if you knock out your opponent with any of your Pokemon. I think it goes without saying, but Mega Pokemon are going to fear Zoroark. But that card is not entirely the main focus of this video. Knowing that players can, in theory, take all 6 prizes from one knockout made me wonder, can I build a deck in current format that allows me to knock out only one Pokemon but take all 6 prizes? And the answer to that question is yes, you can. It just takes a lot of moving parts. Come with me as I try to build a deck from the ground up and show how it is possible to make a deck that can take 6 prizes for the price of 1. So what needs to be established right off the bat is that when I'm building these decks, no matter who the attacker is, these 2 Evo lines will be crucial into getting what we need, and that is Ribombee and Togekiss. Ribombee, if you didn't know, has the attack Plentiful Pollen that states that if the defending Pokemon is knocked out during your next turn, you take 2 more prize cards. Pretty valuable, right? Togekiss is the one I feel everyone knows because of its unique ability where if your opponent is knocked out, you can flip a coin and on heads, you take an extra prize card. Now, I know right off the bat you can see that these 2 cards are highly dependent on chance and hoping your opponent can get out of it, but to be honest, this entire video is on chance, but you can see that with these 2, you have a way to make it work. Another card that has to be crucial in this deck if we want to make sure we can win with that special condition is to use Psyduck, and it truly does suck, and it's all because of Dusknoir. If our opponent uses this ability, then we automatically lose this challenge. Going into the first deck, I wanted to try using what I think is probably the more difficult one first, and that is Palossand EX. What we're going to try to do is focus on using the second attack that allows us to put damage counters on our opponent's bench Pokemon until their HP is 100. Now, if you don't already know, that is perfect range for us to come in with Iron Hands EX. Iron Hands is well known to blend with lots of different decks because it has a very fun attack that states that you can take an extra prize card if your opponent is knocked out using Amp You Very Much. How I designed this deck is I have a 3/3 Palossand line, 2 Iron Hands, 1/1 line of both Ribombee and the Togekiss Evos, a single copy of Psyduck and Cleffa to give us some early game draw, and lastly a copy of Mew and Fez. Moving to the trainers, for items I have 3 Nest Ball, 3 Ultra Ball, 2 copies of Switch to make sure we aren't trapped in the active, our A-Spec being Precious Trolley, a single copy of Super Rod, Rare Candy, and Palpad. Finally, redeemable ticket, because remember, we are aiming not to take all our prizes until the very end, so having this could be very beneficial. To the supporters, we play 4 Lilies since we'll be able to use the full effect of our card, 3 Arven, 2 Surfer, Hilda, Crispin, and Boss. Tools will be 2 copies of Heavy Baton, a single copy of Air Balloon and Gravity Gemstone. Trying to trap the opponent in the active is a key factor into all this as well. A single copy of Artisan, and for our energy we are playing 4 Lumiose and 3 copies of both Water and Psychic. With our first deck made and ready, let's see how well we can make it perform. Alright, so getting into game 1, I definitely do have some concerns that I am definitely worried about, just because I don't know kind of how things will go. I mean, we do have our Precious Trolley, so that is our board setup. We also do have at least 1 energy attachment and our Togetic. We have to make sure that we have Togekiss, but again, I'm doing this all live and kind of showing off what, potential I could have with you guys. Definitely being able to target Mega Pokemon, I feel like might be more beneficial than anything realistically. Because that will, of course, get us more ahead of the prize tree even faster. And if that's going to be the case, we might not even need to use our Togekiss. I believe that we can just use a Ribombee and our Iron Hands and we'll be fine. We will be able to see what all we can do as far as kind of looking at our hand and everything to see what we have. We also do have redeemable tickets, so if worst case scenario, we can come in with that later down the road. Having us item locks might be a bit of an issue, but I think that we may be okay. Alright, so there is at least 1 Cutiefly. There's Iron Hands. I'll probably get another Sandygast. Alright, so we do have Ribombee. Alright, so we do have basically every Evo that we need that is really, really good. That is off to a really good start. We also do have Gravity Gemstone, Heavy Baton. Our energy counts, we have, ooh, wow. See, that was one of my concerns, was the energy counts. So if that's going to be the case, we have to definitely be a little sparing with kind of what we get all out there. I think I will do a Fez. Do I do Fez? I think I leave the spot open. I don't want to commit too much, but I think that for right now I do keep the spot open. I can go ahead and town store to get me my gravity gemstone on the Cutiefly and have that guy ready for next turn. Let me think here. I can do an energy attachment, or I can go ahead and Lily. The only issue is, what is the issue here? I think I do the energy attachment just to go ahead and have it. I don't want to, just because I don't know what they're playing. I don't know how aggressive they could potentially be, so I don't want to have Sandygast get knocked out. But we do have Hilda, so that can go ahead and give us our Palossand next turn and a Lumiose energy to go ahead and attach to Iron Hands. We can Crispin the turn afterwards if our hand doesn't get disrupted and go ahead and start kind of fueling up. And I feel like at that point our opponents will be pretty set up and pretty kind of ready to go, but we will, I guess, see what happens. We do lose our Togetic, so unless we get it off of a draw or an Ultra Ball or something like that, we do lose that. I will say Latios is what I am scared about, so we have to hope that we can get in a evolution that may not be able to very easily get retreated out, because I think even with the Gravity Gemstone, Latios will still be able to get like Lily's Clefairy or a Squawkability out, so knowing that might be a little scary, but I think we still might be okay. Alright, so what I do here is I go ahead and get my Palossand and my Lumiose energy to go ahead and attach to my Iron Hands. Again, they're not really set up at the moment, so I think that we are okay. I meant to do Lumiose energy, but that's fine, I guess. Let me think. What else do I get? I think I'll go ahead and get Town Store to get my Heavy Baton on the Palossand. We are item locked, but I still do think that we're safe. I don't see any Dusknoir or Dusclops coming out anytime soon, so Psyduck being benched is not really a necessity, and Fez is also not a necessity at the moment. But as far as us being set up, I think that we're okay. Again, we do have Crispin, so we can get a Psychic and a Water Energy, and we can attach to both. No, actually, sorry, I would have to get a Psychic and Lumiose Energy. Do that way to go ahead and start attacking. I can't reuse redeemable tickets. Oh, see, Badoo item lock is what's really kind of messing me up right now, because I would love to knock it out, but again, I can't knock it out because we want to take all 6 prizes for the price of 1. So okay, what I do is I Crispin just to go ahead and get the energy in play. I keep the Water Energy in hand, and then I put you on you, and then I have Lumiose Energy, so I can go ahead and use Berate Jail, and that does perfect everything over there. The only issue now is I don't really have any good draw. Lots to think about for sure. I think I do Air Balloon, and we go ahead and attach to the Togepi. I mean, I think that the Togekiss does have 2 retreat costs, so I think I'm safe doing that. Okay, so we at least have the opponent's board set up and ready for us to kind of get things going, but again, them having Latios, we can't easily boss, and we don't have Iron Hands set up and ready. They also are not playing any Monkey, I'm assuming. They just concede. Okay, love that. First game truly was lucky, but not in the luck that we wanted. We won, but at the same time we didn't. But this was a very good game and very valuable in showing what needed to be switched out and what needed to be taken away. As stated before, energy is going to be one of, if not the most valuable resource in this challenge, and if we want to get it set up and ready, especially early on, then it's going to be a big issue if we do not have it. So I took out a single copy each of Surfer and Switch to add in a copy of both Water and Psychic, and in doing this I already feel so much better moving forward. Alright, so getting into game 2, we are automatically giving our opponent a mulligan, and having this start is not really good at all. We got completely blessed with the start that we had last turn, and it's really not looking the best at the moment. We do have Artisan, so we do have the option for search, but so do they. Ooh, Charizard. Okay. Terra Charizard could be an issue. Oh, Terra Charizard could definitely be an issue because that one-shots our Palossand. Okay, so then we definitely have to make sure that we are... Ooh, I could go ahead and... Yeah, there's Trolley. What could I get? I can get Gravity Gemstone. All right, let's see what we have. So we have Cutiefly. We have Ribombee. We have the entire line. Okay, so we have all our Evos once again. That is really good. We do have our Surfer. The only thing that we don't have is we don't have Switch. Oh, we do have Switch. Sorry. Okay. So our ways of pivoting, we do have both ways of pivoting. And our energy count is pretty good, actually. We have a pretty good energy count as well. So I think that what we do here is we do this. We do not give them access to Artisan. I don't think we do because I don't want them to be set up before we are. There's a Sandygast, there's an Iron Hands, there's a Togepi. Do I Cleffa? Because I could do... No, I don't think I Cleffa right now. Cleffaing would be kind of meh, maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. I'm okay with sacrificing a Cleffa and a Water Energy for now. I think I do have at least one rod, so I can go ahead and kind of get that going. We do the Fez for the manual retreats. Put this on Cutiefly once again, and we can go ahead and try to get some more draw, and we'll probably draw for a little bit just to kind of give us a head start. That is our Palossand, but again, we have to be very cautious not to let Terra Charizard come out, because once that does, we are hit for weakness. So definitely something to consider and think about. And it really does make me a little scared, but I think that, again, we do have a pretty good start. Just have to kind of keep that same energy going and, you know, make sure that we also keep Psyduck set and ready, because I don't know what type of Terra Charizard this is. This could be a Terrazard with our Dusknoir, or this could be, I think it's like the Terra Box Charizard, where it has like the Terapagos and all that. It's like a new deck that came out. I don't know the full way of how it's played, but that could also be a potential as well. Do I Lily or do I Hilda? I think I Lily. Yeah, I think Lily would give me better chance of getting what I need, because this is kind of a dead hand. Once I Hilda, I mean, it's kind of an issue realistically. All right, there's Togetic. There is energy and there's an Ultra Ball. I could Ultra Ball to thin just a tiny bit. If I thin, that is going to be a little troublesome. I think I just Grasping Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I already have 7 cards in hand. Okay. Then I have to Ultra Ball. I have to thin just a tiny bit. This is going to be super risky, but I think the odds of us having the energy we need is decent. If we lose, I blame it completely on us having a misplay with discarding that energy. I definitely do. I think I do get Palossand. Having Palossand set up and ready going next turn could be pretty good, especially if they do bring out something with, you know, the HP range for Palossand to have its effect active. It's just, I want this to work. I think that in theory, this is very fun. Is it going to be anything that is going to be competitive? I highly doubt it, because as you can see, I am struggling to set up. It really kind of just all depends. We could maybe trap Fez in the active. Trapping Fez in the active could be a play as well, because they'll need 2 energy in order to kind of get things going. Please, for the love of God, do not have a boss, because I do not have another Palossand ready. I'm okay with Cleffa getting knocked out right here, but I really do not want to see a boss come into play. Not yet. Okay, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay. So, what do I do? Oh, I do have... Okay, I have Air Balloon. I didn't see that I had Air Balloon, so I do have Free Retreat. I kind of did not want to promote Palossand yet, but I do have Free Retreat. So, I definitely Crispin here. I go ahead and get both the energies that I need. Again, be very cautious of our energy placement. Do this and then put down the Lumiose energy. I go ahead and Fez to hope that can give me Heavy Baton. Oh my god, what a freaking Fez, dude. Heavy Baton is such clutch. Oh my god. Then moving forward, what I need is I need to have a boss come into play in order to get what I need, because if I were to go ahead and use Palossand's attack, I need this to work. So let me double check. So if this Pokemon has 4 retreat cost, 3 basic energy, so I'm not able to move Lumiose energy over, so I can sacrifice a Lumiose, or not a Lumiose, I can sacrifice a Palossand right now, or I could let Fez take a hit, but I think that we have set up right here. I can move energy over to you if you get knocked out. Definitely things to think about. Okay, alright, so I definitely go ahead and berate jail, just to go ahead and ping the Fez. It sucks that this does only go to the bench, and that is also another issue that I am seeing, because you are reliant on getting your Fez. If you do not get your Fez, then you are not able to kind of just get things going, and it really does suck, because like we don't have the energy attachment that we need right now, so we would have to sacrifice, you know, putting down an energy on the Cutiefly. And, you know, Fez is going to have to definitely come into, like, some big play right now. I don't remember off the top of my head right now if I do play a Counter Catch. Counter Catch could definitely probably be a decent play moving forward. But if they don't see what I'm doing and they don't go ahead and attach a energy to the Fez early on, then I think we might be okay. Alright, so that is a knockout that I was expecting to see. That's 2 energy on the Iron Hands. I think that for a little bit, we might have to be sacrificing prizes. We're gonna have to be. Probably some single prizers. Like Psyduck. I can sacrifice Psyduck. I don't think Psyduck is really valuable to me right now. Okay. I don't have you set up yet, and I can go ahead and get a Lumiose energy. That is my last Lumiose energy. If I lose it, I automatically lose because I don't have anything else going forward. This is only to this 1 Iron Hands. If I lose Iron Hands or that energy, I automatically lose this. So here is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I go ahead and get Ultra Ball to get rid of this Iron Hands and Nest Ball. I don't really think Nest Ball or Redeeming Ticket is something that I need. I go ahead and get Togekiss, right? Yeah, I go ahead and get Togekiss, get that set up and ready. And I feed them a Psyduck. Hopefully they do not boss up any of my either Ribombees or my Togekiss, and we should be okay. I do have access to Lily. I also do have access to Fez. So, if I don't play Counter Catcher in this deck, I think that putting Counter Catch will be really good, especially since our opponent is going to be, oh, wow, that's an interesting combo. Okay. Huh. I see what they're trying to do. So, I actually like that a lot. I kind of might tweak with this a little bit before rotation, because you get rotated out, right? Yeah, you get rotated out. No. Oh my god. It doesn't knock out, but I need to hope that Lily gives me a switch. Lily has to give me a switch. Oh, no. Okay. If Lily doesn't give me a switch, we lose. Please give me a switch. It doesn't give me a switch. Artisan, I mean, not Artisan. Arvin would give me a switch next turn. Okay. We were getting really close. We were getting really close. I think I just bring back 2 Lilies. Yeah, because well, wait. Do I have redeemable ticket still? No, I don't have redeemable ticket. I got rid of it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a misplay on me. 100% a misplay on me. Let me think here. Yeah, no, we definitely lose this one. It's definitely just a concede. I'm not gonna kind of waste time. Did I hit concede? I know that the time passed a little bit, but did I end up hitting concede or just time me out? Yeah. Dang it, man. Okay, so definitely something that I'm going to change for sure. Definitely, like, something that needs to be changed. I actually got a lot of info from this one game that I think will be very crucial moving forward. First off, Tera Charizard's max damage is always going to be 180. Of course, if they have type advantage over me, then that's going to be a different scenario, but since I'm not taking any prizes, and if they don't force me to take any prizes, then they will never hit above 180, and I can use that to my advantage. Secondly is, yes, I need to add counter catchers into this deck, because only having 2 bosses is not good, and it also wouldn't be good if I need to decide between a boss or another supporter, and that decision could be the downfall. So, in taking away my Mew EX and a single copy of Artisan, I added in 2 counter catchers, and this is the final change that I make for the rest of the video. The deck list that you see on screen is and will be the final list, so let's see if these changes can give me the win and finally put this theory to rest. I don't know if I've said yet, and I kind of did hint about it, saying it in the intro, that this deck does have a lot of moving parts. It is a pretty kind of just like, if it works, it works. But, you know, I take back what I said about like people maybe playing this. I don't think many people will play this. But I mean, ooh, and we're playing against, I'm assuming Cerulege too. Cerulege can be pretty aggressive. I mean, again, this is also on the ranked ladder as well. Like, I'm not playing on casual. Like, I'm trying to actually go against ranked games, and I guess that's like where the fault is lying. Kind of just like, you know, going against all these strong Pokemon and all these strong decks is really kind of where things are messing me up, and that's not a bad thing. It's really not. I like kind of testing it, and the whole idea of this entire video is to test the potential of being able to take all 6 prizes in one knockout. I'm really liking the journey. It's a little frustrating, I won't lie. It's very, very frustrating just whenever like things don't work, and I think that's realistically for anybody whenever like they're doing anything. So I just like, they have their entire board set. They have their draw ready to go. They have both attackers. They have a Fez as well. So Arvin hopefully gives me Pressure Trolley again. Okay, thank God it does. Again, double check our deck. We have Ribombee line. We have 2 Iron Hands. We have, we do not have Togekiss. Okay. We do have redeemable tickets, so whenever we need to, we can come in with that. We can still start setting up our board as far as trying to, oh, Togekiss is in hand. Didn't even realize that. Okay, so we don't need Psyduck. Psyduck could just be kind of just like a discard for later. I will get Fez. I think Fez being out and active is more key than anything, just because I know we're probably about to end up losing some stuff pretty soon. I don't know. I think what I do is I let this potentially be sacrificed, and I start building up on this and seeing what we can get going for us. We do have a Palossand in hand. We do have Hilda. If I had anything else starting the active, I probably would have came in with a Cleffa play, but in me getting out Sandygast, I would have lost my 1 air balloon, and I also would have lost a psychic energy, even though we are already so strapped for energy, and I didn't even check my deck to see if we had a good amount of energy either. So definitely a lot to think about. With our Hilda, we can, okay, that's no energy. That's good that no energy got off of that Carmine. So how much energy do they have in the discard right now? They only have 3. Does this knock out? It does. Ooh, that's perfect knockout. Oh God. Kinda did not think that they would do that so quick. We do have Fez active though. Fez is active. If it's getting down to it like this, I might have to bench a Cleffa or a Psyduck if I can get it, just to end up being a sacrifice down the road. Okay, so Fez can give me a Lumiose and a Crispin. Honestly, all right, so I definitely need to sacrifice stuff. I need to. So I need to get a Nest Ball to bring out a Cleffa, and I'll just like Grasping Draw for a turn if I can. Heavy Baton. What can Heavy Baton do? It could do pretty big damage potentially. Okay, here is what I am thinking is, all right, if they don't see what I'm playing, when the time comes, I am going to counter catch up that Cerulege on the bench and kind of start trapping that in the active as much as I can. Heavy Baton can go to Iron Hands, and maybe I can do like a little switch play with those two. But yeah, go ahead and Cleffa and just hope they take the bait. They don't end up like bossing anything up and taking a knockout that way. They don't really have a heavy energy count to knock up anything other than Cutiefly and Togepi. So if they don't do those two, then we might be fine. I really do not want to try and use a Rod early on, but we'll see. It just depends on how much energy they discard this turn. But yes, whenever the time comes, oh, that sucks because I actually had Crispin in hand. That was able for me to go ahead and start kind of attaching to both of them. Well, there's a Crispin right there. Okay. But yeah, when the time comes, I will be able to maybe trap this in the active. They are not attaching too much energy to it right now. So we do have them down to 4 prizes. We're really not going fast enough, and that's really kind of what is scaring me right now. There is a Togetic. There is a Nest Ball to give me, oh, there's also Lumiose energy. Okay, so I have to Nest Ball to get myself kind of a Sandygast. I'm going to just super on now just to ensure that I have one because I do not remember my Sandygast count. Okay, kind of thank God that I did do that. And then I will... Okay, I'm going to have to sacrifice the Sandygast. Alright, so I'm going to get you and you. What do I need? I need a water energy on this guy. So, that is able for me to go ahead and get a knockout on you. What was the damage that you were doing again? I couldn't remember. You're doing 110 damage, so you're not knocking out my Palossand yet. So you can maybe take a couple hits. Do I go ahead and go into Palossand, or do I keep feeding them prizes? They cannot knock out Palossand right now, and I don't really have a way to retreat out the Palossand. So I think what I do is I come in with Sandygast, and I try and let them take a prize. I do have a energy that I can attach to you, so in the event that Palossand does get knocked out, I can maybe come in with an Iron Hands and start kind of trapping Ceruledge in the active, just as long as they don't see what I'm playing, and I can trap this in the active. I think that we are safe because they would need 3 energy to attach to retreat out this Ceruledge. So as long as they know and think in their head that they can just keep knocking out my actives and everything like that, we should be fine. I'm honestly going to come in now and save us both the time and say that I did win, but not the way that you think. See, this Edward doofus had to leave because I'm assuming it was their bedtime, so after passing back and forth turn after turn, not even doing anything but just running down the clock, I won due to them being inactive. So I do move on to my next game, but I will summarize that it was against a Roaring Moon and Mega Gengar EX combo that looked very, very promising to be the end of all of this. And I gotta say that I was set up and ready, and all that I needed to have happen was them not to leave the active. And what do they do? I promise you never guessed in a million years. This next game, however, is truly something that I do not want you to miss, cause I'm just gonna let you see for yourself. Ooh, okay, so, wow, wait, this actually might be probably one of the better starts I've had so far. We have Draw in the active, we have our bench set up, we have Crispin to energize, and we also do have Lumiose energy as well. Wow, yeah, this is a really... Wow, this is an amazing setup. Okay, I am just hoping that this Charizard is going to be mega... Never mind. Okay, completely lied. Alright. Do they have rare candy is what's scaring me. If they do, it makes me really wish that I can get like an Iono play going. Okay, so there is a Cutiefly, there's Iron Hands, there's a Sandygast, there's a Togepi. What else can I get? Ooh, I don't have Togekiss. Do I have redeemable ticket? I do have redeemable ticket. I can start slowly energizing my my hand and everything, my bench, until the time comes. I do Gravity Gemstone on you. I do Lumiose Energy on you first. I think doing it on you first might be more better for me. As far as energy, I don't know what all we have, but definitely kind of getting you going is really kind of key right now. Oh, I attached to you, I can't do anything, and then I will just go ahead and Grasping Draw. Okay, this is really good. There's another Lumiose energy that can go ahead and go to the Sandygast, and then we'll just have to attach the Psychic Energy, and then we also have Heavy Baton as well. We have Lily too, but I will definitely wait a turn or two to go ahead and just kind of focus on building up my board. Though I don't play Iono. I know that I don't play Iono, which I feel like might need to potentially change. I might have to do like half Lily and half Iono, or just keep with where I'm going. The only reason is because the more that they are kind of taking as far as like draw and everything, it's like really not stopping them at all. Okay, so I could go ahead and just do this for like a second energy attachment. What is already on it? It's a water energy, so I need to keep the water energy in hand and put you into play. Then I can put Lumiose Energy, and then I can also put Heavy Baton. And then I think, do I Palpad my Crispins? Because that's both my Crispins already gone in 2 turns. Or do I save it for like a Crispin and a Lily? I think with where I am right now, I have to do my Crispins, because that's is like basically my main fuel of energizing my Pokemon. So that is Fez. I'm assuming they're gonna take a knockout here, which is okay. The only issue though is that I would have to hope to get my Sandygast going. Otherwise, like we're kind of in a bad spot. I'm also probably gonna have to give some sacrifices up too, because the only thing that I have is Oricorio. It already. Oh. Okay. I need to get it out of the active, but that's fine, I think. Huh. Okay. So I put Fez down. No, do I put Fez down? I don't know. Okay, what I could do is I could put a water energy here, Ultra Ball to give myself, what do I give myself? I think I give myself Palossand, or do I do something different? Let me see what are my pivots. Do I have a switch? I do have a switch and I do have a surfer, so I do have both of my pivots. I kind of want to pivot out. Ooh, this is asking for so much, but I kind of want to end up getting a switch to feed Cleffa, and then I can counter catch and then put Charizard on the bench, ping Charizard with Palossand, and then I feel like at that point they wouldn't want to retreat out because they want to maybe just keep attacking me. So I think my best bet here is to gamble heavily, and I say heavily, very, very, oh my god, heavily. Okay, go ahead and Lily. They only have no cards. They have, ooh, okay, they have no cards, so they would have to attack. Oh my god, if they get an insane top deck, I would actually lose my mind here. I need Hilda to give me Cutiefly and an energy. But yes, I think I just go ahead and Grass Ranger. Do I even get a card? I don't even get a card. I have a full card hand. That will allow me to put Charizard on the bench now. Unless they pass, I would be upset if they... Are you actually joking right now? Oh, the definition of luck with the top deck was just defined right there. Are you actually kidding me right now? That is hilarious. That is genuinely funny. Oh my god. Okay. So what are they going to do? Yeah, we're gonna be definitely sacrificing quite a lot here, and I think it's okay. I just do not want Iron Hands to be knocked out yet. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up another Iron Hands. I think that is the best play, is to set up another Iron Hands and just keep manually charging this one and seeing what we can get going for us. All right, so we go ahead and put you down. That's just kind of just a given right now. Fez, I have access to Fez. I don't have Togepi yet, or Togetic. I don't have Togetic yet. Okay, that's kind of what is worrying me a little bit, is that I don't have that. Let's see what Fez can give me first. I think I need a Fez because I'm thinking about Ultra Ball. I could do Ultra Ball to get rid of a Psyduck. I don't want to get rid of Psyduck because I really want to use it for like sacrifices, but I do have Rod. I can maybe get it back later. Lumiose Energy I need to keep. I also do need to keep Redeemable Ticket. I do need to keep that as well. Okay, I have to Arbor for counter catch then. I have to do that. And then I go ahead and pull off the counter catch play like I said. I'll also get Air Balloon just to have a free retreat on something. I'll have it on the Togetic. Then I am going to have to Hilda next turn to get myself Ribombee and an energy to go ahead and do that. And then I will Redeemable Ticket, because then at that point, I have an entire board set up of what I need. I think I will just do you. And then go ahead and just Berate Jail. Right? Yeah, so go ahead and do that. I do have play for another counter catch. I don't remember if it is currently prized or if I have it already, but if I'm already about to redeemable ticket, I will end up getting another counter catch. It's just, I'm kind of worried. Ooh, Mega Charizard. I could ping that too. Interesting. Unless they have Earthen Vessel. No, even if they have Earthen Vessel. Okay, so I'm going to berate jail one more time because now, never mind. I'm not going to berate jail. Okay, I was going to say I would if like the Oricorio stays in the active, but interesting. I think the main target right now is still going to be the Charizard. Just like how I'm gonna be able to get that, I don't know. All right, so you're pretty fueled up right now. Okay, so they bring you into play. I still have a counter catch and a boss play moving forward. How much do they need? They need to discard 3 or 4. I think it's 4. They need to discard 4 energy. Let's see, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Boom, boom. So Iron Hands is energized and ready to go. I don't have Togekiss. If I had Togekiss and a boss right now, I feel like I could just go for it. Let's see. My next move is crucial right here. It's very, very crucial. So, do I Fez? Do I Hilda? I still need to get Ribombee. Do I Ultra Ball? Do I Crispin? I don't need a Crispin. I don't need to Energize. It's just like, if they have a boss, I'm kind of screwed. I think I Fez. I think Fezzing first is more beneficial right here. Ooh, that is maybe a sacrifice. There's a Sandygast. I'm okay with getting rid of a Sandygast. I then go ahead and just Hilda to get myself you and a Psychic Energy. Why not? So then moving forward, I can go ahead and redeemable ticket. I have counter catch. Oh, wow. Okay. So this goes ahead and gives me the Togekiss. Oh my god. Is this a game? Is this a game? Am I going to freak out already? God, just a boss would mess this up completely, bro. Oh my god. Okay, if they do not have boss, we might be in here. If they do not get boss in the next couple of turns, we might be okay. Right? Oh man, do I go ahead and just like... Man, maybe the play would have been counter catch Ribombee. Okay, I might have misplayed right there. I might have just misplayed completely. I guess we'll see. Maybe they're not noticing what I need to do. There's a Lily. If they don't attach energy to the Charizard EX, if they don't attach a lot of energy, yeah, man, my play might have actually been to go ahead and just start doing it now. That might have been my play. Oh, God. Now I'm kind of getting a little worried because... Oh, okay. Discard from the Charizard. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So we go ahead and do this. It's down to this right here, right now. It's literally down to just this. Alright, I go ahead and bring up this. Alright. I go ahead and just Lily. Why not? And then that can give me realistically nothing, but that's okay. I cannot Fez. So I go ahead and just Plentiful Pollen. Alright. It now has a 3 energy retreat cost. As long as it doesn't find its way out of the active with a 7-card hand. There's Fire Breather. They can't find a supporter to get like an Arven or an Air Balloon. That is an issue. They can attack. That's okay if they attack. I kind of want them to kind of just attack. They can't boss up either. So this is going okay. Please, for the love of God, do not have an Air Balloon. If you have an Air Balloon, I will scream, and this house will be loud. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so this is automatically a 4. Oh my god. Alright. We just have to land heads. We just have to land heads. We just have to land heads. Wow, this is coming down to the wire. This is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. as I sadly and very defeatedly take my 5 prize cards and realize that the win was there. It was right there, and it could have been done and over for, but to know that I can do all of that setup and prep just to leave my win to a 50-50 is one of the worst feelings ever. So I do end it here because I do not think that my sanity can stay the same if I keep pushing, because I did try. I really did try to keep going and to try and give you a very satisfying ending, but the more that I kept getting lost after loss, I just figured I'd leave it here. I think though that this is still a satisfying ending, not because we lost, but because I got the chance to show you something that, we essentially learned together. If I were to walk away from this knowing that, then this is a win in my book. So I do challenge you to see, can you do this? Can you play this deck and win with the condition that you are only able to win if you take all 6 prizes from one knockout? The only rules are you cannot change this deck and it must be played as designed. This is my declaration of challenge to even the bigwigs out there like Azul, LDF, and FORTHEWIN, or any other content creator out there who might be seeing this as well. I want you all to spread the message that I am putting their luck to the test. Can you play this deck how it is designed, and can you win? Is luck on your side?